Welcome to Hard Magic Wisdom. Today we will talk about what happens after death and how we can know and if we can know. So usually we start by taking a standpoint, and then we will logically look at the standpoint and see if it makes sense. So most people start with one of these two standpoints. Either they think after they die, it will be over, their identity is deleted, their personality is deleted, and nothing happens anymore. Or option 2 is that they think they have a soul, which means that their identity goes on and their personality information goes on. And then there is also a group of people who believe in soul trap, and their standpoint is that yes, there is a soul and there is some sort of personality information that goes on, but also that there is some sort of system in place that is rigged against them. And now it's very interesting to see that a lot of people in the first two camps vehemently reject the soul trap idea. They say it's not possible. And that's very interesting to me, and I will tell you why. So I think we can all agree that the universe is pretty incredible. It's very complex and there's a lot of cool things about it. You can experience things, there is food that tastes good, there are all sorts of interesting inventions, there is cool technology, there is the ability to reason, stuff like this. So basically, we can say the universe had the fundamental power to create almost limitless amounts of stuff that is impressive. And now, if you're in Camp A and you say, well, after death, the personality information dies, your identity dies, then you basically say, well, the universe managed to create all these crazy impressive things, but how could it have created a system where personality information persists after the physical body dies? That's like one step too far. But everything else we take for granted. And, you can only kind of make the argument that you don't see it, because you can say, well, I see the body and then the body is dead and now it's not animated anymore. It has no personality anymore. So now see, the personality information is gone. But that's also kind of like how a Wi-Fi network works. When you don't have receiver, the Wi-Fi information, the Wi-Fi data, it may be still in the air, but you just don't have an active receiver anymore and you don't see it. So isn't that more or less the same? So these are Camp A people. They believe that the personality information is gone after the physical body dies. And I don't really see a good argument for that. If we look at all the positive, crazy, impressive inventions that the universe has done, like ability to see, ability to hear, ability to reason, and things like this, then it's much more logical for me to say the personality is such a valuable gain of information. It's such a valuable thing that is being created in the process of a life. Why would the universe want to delete it? And if it doesn't want to delete it, I'm pretty sure if it can come up with all these other crazy things, then it can also come up with a system to not delete the personality information. Okay, so this is like a big chunk of people who think like this. And then there's also a big chunk of people who think that there is a soul and the personality information goes on. And now for these people, I have the following question. You know that the universe also creates all sorts of horrible things, specifically psychological suffering and pain. And it goes to extreme lengths, as we can see. You can look at the history books and see inventions of torture machines. I don't want to go into detail because I don't know how YouTube will evaluate this, but let's just say that very many people inflict suffering, inflict pain on other people against their will. This can be in war, this can be in combination with some sort of ritual or some sexual act, and it's all very bad, all very unpleasant, all very evil, maybe, let's say. So the universe is also doing this. So there's like not some angel that steps in and stops the people from doing it. There is not some sort of safety mechanism. There is not some cosmic referee. If someone has the physical power to do it, they can do it. And then let's say the victim has to endure it. Okay, so now we have a universe that does these things with no guardrail. And now, if we look at the power the universe has to create, like you can see, you can hear, there is an experience, you can think, you exist, there is continuity. If we can create all that, what would stop the universe from using its power that we can see that is there clearly from all the positive things? What's stopping the universe from using this to create the most crazy, evil, psychopathic soul trap where you are in a planet Earth system, and after your death, instead of being now suddenly free and nothing can touch you anymore, now it's all sunshine and flowers, and God is loving, all the angels are loving. There's nothing to worry about anymore. Instead of that, the evil continues, and somebody built a big system that will send you back against your will or using some sort of trickery to have some more painful and psychologically damaging experience. You know, just like here on Earth, there is no referee, no angel, nothing that stops it. Why would there now suddenly, exactly after one lifetime, be some sort of cosmic intervention? Why is it not earlier, or why is it not later? Why wouldn't the cosmic intervention only step in after, let's say, 100 lives? If you assume that there is a cosmic intervention, and the cosmic intervention means after you're out of your physical earthly body, now you're free and nobody can tell you what to do anymore. Why does this situation now arise exactly after one lifetime? Who sets exactly this limit? The intervention could have arose earlier, for example, in a situation where someone is in a very unfair life, where they experience a lot of suffering with no way to escape. Or it could also arise later, the cosmic intervention. So the rule would be after exactly 100 lives, you will be rescued, and now you are back to being free and you don't have to worry anymore. You know, it's so interesting to me that everyone in Camp B just automatically assumes, well, yes, there is a soul, and then there is exactly this one life, and after this one life, now it's all back to being good and positive again, and the bad negative forces suddenly disappeared, don't have to worry about them ever again. And so far, I really haven't heard any good explanation. And this is why I am in Camp C with the soul trap people. And let me just say quickly that even though I think the soul trap is very likely, I think we still have to be positive people, and that's just because it's still better. If the soul trap is real, and additionally we are negative people who either create suffering or just are unhappy, then that's overall worse than if the soul trap is real and we are trying to make it better and also be happy. So I just want to say, just because you have to think that the soul trap is real or likely, you don't have to become a negative person. That's not what I want to say. I think that's counterproductive. All right. If somebody has thoughts on this topic, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you soon.